Hey, good evening, everyone. We're going over a live emergency update on this significant tornado outbreak that is going to be occurring. Give me 1 second, yo. Get everything situated here. Okay, so we've got a significant tornado outbreak likely here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and start talking about this. I'm gonna start with I'm going ahead and start out with the dew points here. This is the newest run of the RRR. This is the newest run of the RRR model here. I want to give us some context here. This is going to be a very hard setup to forecast tomorrow. By looking at the data that's coming in now, is uptrending a lot right now. At least the herd model is uptrending, and then the NAM model is also uptrending as well. And I will show you all the different models here in a minute. But I want y'all to focus on this general area right up through here. Let me try to see if before I circle those areas, I want to stop it right here. You see these dew points here across southeast Missouri, here across this area here. That area there is what I'm keeping an eye out on, the southern mode there, for that potential for its strong tornadoes. One of those could be long track tornadoes in that area there. Definitely keeping an eye on that, and I'm keeping an eye on this northern mode here. This northern mode here is what I'm keeping an eye on for the potential for 90 to 100 mile per hour winds. Now that is the exception of if that southern mode really starts to kick in here, and if this southern mode and that cap breaks, where those storms develop is very uncertain. But I think we have an idea of where those storms develop, though. We do have an idea of where those storms would develop. Just going over the basics here, and then as we go forward here, we've got Saturday. This is Saturday morning. We've got mid 60-degree dew points here across low 60-degree dew points actually across southern Illinois, western Kentucky, northern, central eastern Arkansas, including the northeast Arkansas area too, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, down into Mississippi and northern Alabama. We'll talk about the southeast here in a minute. Then as we go forward to mid-morning Saturday, you do have a pretty solid dew point spread here across western Indiana, eastern Illinois. I think we will start to see some sort of thunderstorm development across this area. I think this area right up through here, Indianapolis into northern Kentucky and western Kentucky as well. And then we'll focus on this eastern mode here for isolated supercells to develop. I don't expect big time severe weather in this area here, but we could get one or two supercells to develop out ahead of that main line, if that even happens. Then as you go to today's RRR, this is Saturday in the Ohio Valley here. What you can see here is that you've got those low 60-degree dew points all the way in southern Indiana, central western Kentucky, central western Tennessee, down into the southeast. And then as we go forward here, those dew points really start to get really pushed to the north and east here as that low level jet kicks in. 62-degree dew points here across the area. You've got mainly big time low level jet kicking in there. And then you've got those 60-degree dew points as well. So definitely an uptrend in the dew points here across the area. Definitely an uptrend in the severe weather there in the dew point department here. Now I want to focus on the lightning flash density here. This is going through tomorrow here, which you can see here. We've got a couple of storms that try to break that cap across western, eastern Nebraska, western, southwestern Iowa, into Missouri, north central Missouri, and then that cap does break eventually across this area here. That cap does break eventually in that general area as well, but when do we see that cap break? The cap wants to break, according to this ARRR0Z model run, it wants to break it around 2 o'clock, which is around 0Z, which is about this time of the night here across portions of the southern mode, near the southern mode here. You got really intense lightning density here across near the St. Louis area. If we go forward here, you can see that southern mode really starts to light up in supercells. One here, couple here, and some down here in Alabama, Tennessee, and those areas there. But you've got also more supercells that try to develop here across portions of northwestern Missouri as well. And then as we go forward here, you've also got, look at these supercells that really start to increase here across portions of Illinois, western Kentucky, western Tennessee. Does that cap break in Arkansas? That is a big question because of the dry line set up there. And then as you go forward into probably mid-Saturday morning, you've got a pretty good solid line of storms here. Embedded supercells, QLCS tornado potential is likely with this line of storms if the ARRR model is right. And then if you go forward here, that line does in the northern mode does start to decrease in intensity, but then you've got more vigorous thunderstorm development through Saturday and Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday morning. So there's that. And let's go and take a look at the composite reflectivity. This is your future radar according to the HER model. You've got a quiet morning here in Iowa, in the Ohio Valley, as the moisture really starts to go up to the north. We start to see convection. Whoops, sorry about that. So we really start to see convection here. You've got convection really starting to light up here across Missouri. Some storms really start to break it there across eastern Nebraska, western Iowa. What happens there? You've got supercells that really start to develop across Iowa and northern Missouri, and then boom, you've got more supercells develop. This is probably the main line here that really starts to develop here, and with this trend to the further south, with the cells breaking down south, you've got to watch this area here. I mean, not that wide. Hold on. You've got to watch this area right up through here for that potential for that southern mode to start to intensify as a lot more once this line of storms pushes to the east here. That will start to break out and put supercells in that general area. That second circle is where I think the supercell long track tornado event will start to unfold. And then as you can see here, excuse me. Okay. So according to the ARRR, you've got many supercells developing out ahead of this line, western Kentucky. Excuse me. Western Kentucky into Illinois and eastern and near St. Louis. So once that line does develop, you've got many supercells. I still agree that we will have a tornado threat as we head into Ohio, Indiana, and down south with the Saturday mode. We could have redevelopment of more thunderstorms and showers and a big line of storms as it heads through western central Kentucky western central Kentucky as well. So let's go down. Let's go down to the southeast here, and let's look at what's going to happen on Saturday here. I think Saturday will go high risk. I think we go high risk later tonight with the day 2 outlook for Saturday. I think day 1 goes high risk as well, with that potential for upgrade on tornado driven high risk as well for tomorrow, and a damaging wind driven high risk as well for tomorrow as well. If trends hold, that's my idea. But as we continue to look at this stuff, the convection, the HRRR really wants like isolated supercell development here early Saturday morning. But look what the HRRR model wants to do. It wants to redevelop more supercells after that line. So this is going to be a concern here. This whole area here is a concern for me across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, almost the whole state of Alabama, Georgia. I expect many tornado watches to become in place tomorrow. And look at those thunderstorms that try to redevelop across Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, southeast Arkansas as well. So, and then the NAM model, the high-res NAM, I haven't looked at that one yet. The high-res NAM also shows no thunderstorm development in the morning. So if that happens and we have a big cap in place during that morning, that's interesting. But what happens there is that cap breaks, and then the NAM model is, that's interesting. So I'll continue to update on you on that also, and then go over more data as it comes in. But I just want to let y'all know, I just wanted to give y'all a quick live emergency update on this severe weather outbreak, tornado outbreak, historic tornado outbreak that's possible Saturday, and then this windbag potential that's coming in coming in tomorrow. I expect a high risk tomorrow. If not a high risk, a high end moderate risk is likely here. So that's all I got for y'all today. I haven't looked at the significant tornado parameters. Let's look at that real quick. Your significant tornado parameters and make sure dew points, wind shear, and all that. But you can see where it intensifies that significant tornado parameters here across eastern Arkansas, western Mississippi, and then the NAM model really intensifies that low level jet as well. And look at that significant tornado parameter. I have not seen parameters that high in a long time. Since my tornado in March 31st, and as well as the Mayflower Valonia tornado back in those days, I have not seen significant tornado parameters that high in my life as well. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. I know it's a little bit of a late live stream here, but I just wanted to give y'all a quick live emergency update on this severe weather. Y'all make sure y'all stay weather aware, keep an eye on the warnings, and I will keep y'all, and make sure y'all tune in to more future updates from the Storm Prediction Center. Bye y'all. Y'all have a good day. Good night.